All right, friends, how are you today? Welcome back. Another exciting day. Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for September, I almost said August, for September the 2nd, 2020. We've got the moon still in the sign of Pisces, okay? And it's going to be connecting with the ruler of Pisces today, Neptune. Neptune can be that black hole sometimes, you know, just sucking things into it. Sucking things into the unknown. Where we're going, we do not know. What's going to happen when we get there, we don't know. But we have to believe in ourselves that it's going to be all right. It's all going to be all right, right? And the sun in the analytical sign of Virgo. I just put out this big second full moon astrotheology video about the sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces. It's pretty cool. Well, it's up to you if you want to check it out. Either way, the sun is still creating a trine over there to Uranus in Taurus, okay? Shaking things up. All right, and it's about value, and it's something I left off with the video, the astrotheology video, but it's very relevant. It's still happening right now, and happening all day today and tomorrow, and the next several days. Is Venus is still going to be in the sign of Cancer. Okay, now let's say if you were an alien, and I was an alien, and we're out in space somewhere, and you'd say, and one alien asked me, "Where is home?" Would I say Detroit, Michigan, or would I say planet Earth? Right? Where are you from? Nebulon Tron 7349. I'm from Mars. Oh, cool. Mars is home. You know, often we talk about Cancer being the sign of home. And we look at it under a, very fine microscope, and we say, oh, this my material thing is home. But it's also Taurus. You know, it's like thy kingdom, all right? I value thy kingdom, what I value. But Uranus is in Taurus, the great awakener shaking things up, right? The wrecking ball that cannot be stopped, destroying the tradition, destroying the past in a good way, destroying the foundation of traditional concepts, okay? The rebellious planet, ruling of Aquarius, where we are headed. Humanitarily. Yeah, we'll go with it. So we're shaking things up, breaking things up. And like I talked about in the astrotheology video, if you didn't check it out, it's about coming back to home, back to breath, back to nature. Okay? Nature is home. Not just these four walls. This is a prison. Okay? This is a very cush and cozy prison. I think it's really interesting that in the 1800s, rooms were just houses were just one big room. You know, people just slept and they did their stuff. It was just a big room. 1900s, we had these separated bedrooms. In the and then now here we go, year 2000, and we have these elaborate houses with all these very, now open floor space, but they're still big rooms compared to like these old houses here in Grosse Pointe by me. They're massive houses, but they have all these little tiny rooms. There's like a little room for everything. Here's a room just for corks from your wine caps, or from your wine bottles. Anyway, so, our home. Oftentimes when we talk about the fourth house, we talk about home. But let's look at this in the sign of coming back to nature. Planet Earth here is our home. That is home. Nature is our family. Okay? Nature is our home. Uranus and Taurus shaking up that of which we value. And we must come back to valuing our home, where Venus is in Cancer. Our emotions, our care, our nurturing. We are the guardians and the gardeners of this planet. We are here to take care of this planet, and in turn, this planet takes care of us. We are here to look out for one another, and in turn, they look out for us, right? So this is a really beautiful energy that's going on, and Venus is going to still be in Cancer for the next several days here. And it's opposing Saturn right now. And Saturn says, make things real. Let's solidify and be grounded, and let's commit to this. Let's commit to this Venus. The last video I just put out, the astrotheology video, is about meditation. In long story short, it was about meditation, and letting go of our analytical mind and moving into our right brain. And the oneness, the pineal gland, the third eye, right? don't want to get back all into it, but it was about meditation. And oftentimes we have a hard time. And if I ever talk about meditation with somebody, I used to lead meditation classes quite often, and sound meditations and all these things. And people say, oh, I have such a hard time letting go of this that I won't commit to doing it because I have a hard time. Is that who we are as a species? Oh, it's hard. I don't want to do it. It's hard. I don't want to do it. It's like sitting with ourselves is so important, right? And valuing this home as well as the external home, right? This body is my home for my consciousness, right? So it's valuing this relationship with my body, valuing the relationship with ourselves, valuing the relationship of our emotional body, valuing our relationship with nature. Okay, so the sun, the hero of the story, in the analytical sign of Virgo, making that connection to Uranus, is reminding us to stay focused on releasing of the analytical mind and bringing it back to emotion, bringing it back to nature, bringing it back to the breath, right? And the moon connecting here with Neptune. This is a lovely, again, there's always the two sides of the spectrum. On one hand, it can be emotionally, I don't know what's going on. Where are we headed? Are we back to work? Are we not back to work? Can we, take our masks off? Can we not take our masks off? I'll tell you a story. I just hung out with some indigenous friends some people from Chile over the weekend. And they live with the indigenous tribes down there in Chile. And the shamans were traveling, and we got into talking, and I asked them about how is this down here with you? And this is so interesting, okay? And one of the gentlemen said to me, he said, if you want to go to the store to buy groceries, to get formula for your baby, to get medication that you need in Chile, you have to go to the police station first and get a hall pass. Okay? This is Saturn and Capricorn. You have to go get your hall pass. This is something I talk about all the time. You know this. You have to get your hall pass before you can go to the bathroom. And if you go to the bathroom and somebody catches you, a monitor catches you without your hall pass, they're going to stop you and make you turn around. Okay? So that's happening in Chile, to where they have to go get a permission slip from the police department to go to the store. And there is armed military at every grocery store, at every store, and if they do not have the proper documentation, they can't get in. Okay? So there's this, what is going on? What is happening? Where are we in these times? We have Venus opposing Saturn. It's like, well, this is nature. This is all of our land. I'm Mars in Aries. I'm a sovereign being. You have no jurisdiction over me. You can't tell me to think a certain way. You can't tell me to, you can ask me to humor a thought, or you can ask me to act a certain way, but ultimately it's my decision. And then we have these laws, Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter up there in Capricorn, the laws of the land, the laws of man, the governments, and all of these things stepping into our own sovereignty. Okay, this is part of this. I still got Black Moon Lilith pulled up here, conjunct to Eris. Mars only, 3 degrees away, still, 2 degrees away from Saturn, still making that square. Okay? Who are you, authority, to tell me I can't get formula for my baby? And what in the world is going on? Okay? Now, with these two, coming almost back to the astrotheology Pisces full moon video I just talked about, the analytical mind is going to think very much. Think. And something we talked about, this past week, or last week, excuse me, was when the moon was up here in Capricorn and Aquarius was shelving our emotions and just simply doing the job, to go beyond a thought about it, to almost, getting ourselves worked up about something is almost unnecessary. We won't know until we know certain things. There are huge restrictions in my career right now and how we're allowed to work and what we're allowed to do, as is many all over the world. And it's just like, well, if I want to survive, if I want to work and feed myself and have these lights on and be able to do this, I have to abide by those laws and abide by those rules. Okay? And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know when we will see this virus pass. You know, I mean, I think we can all agree we'd hope that it already would. But that's simply not the case. So we have to believe, we have to have faith with the moon in Pisces connecting with Neptune. Okay, we have to believe that there is some sort of grand plan here, that there is this cleansing of this earth. And oddly, a cleansing of humanity is going on as well. And that's harsh. You know, same thing happened in 100 years ago. And it's just like, this is nature. This is a wildfire, okay? This is a wildfire through humanity. And we have lost touch with nature. We have lost touch with ourselves. We have lost touch. And we have to get back into that space, come back home to nature, coming back as best as we can. And we have to have faith that we can do this. We have to have faith in one another that we can get through this. We have to believe, and we have to use our creativity and our imaginations, the right brain, not the left brain. You know, the left brain will stir. The left brain, you know, we've got, look at this, Mercury trine to Saturn, okay? Whether we understand these laws or don't understand these laws, we can sit there and think about them. Friends, we can debate creation all day. What came first, the chicken or the egg? We can debate it all day. At the end of the day, it just matters if you like eggs or not, if you like chicken or not. The answer will never be there, okay? So, you know, this trine now, analytical Virgo, Mercury and Virgo, earth sign to earth sign, law and Saturn, you know, we could be talking about these laws and communicating about these laws and trying to get a deeper understanding of these laws, you know, and it's just like, I understand the fear for people wanting to wear the masks. I understand the fear for people not wanting to wear the masks and saying that we're all just, you know, blindly abiding and fear isn't the new virtue. And until the person on TV allows and tells me what I can do, I'm going to obey the TV, you know? And it's just like, well, we have this Mars square to Saturn saying, no, we've got to be free thinking, you know? What do? We have faith. We believe, we trust the process. We use our imaginations, we use our minds, we tap into our dreams, we tap into the oneness, okay? Trust in the process. And as well, about value. You know, Uranus also, you know, in Taurus is about money. And there is a lot of people all around this globe that is concerned, myself included. How are we making money through this winter? How are we as a human race going to survive this winter? Nature will be fine. The trees will be fine. The plants will be fine. The deer will be fine. How are we going to make money and survive? Because my electric bill isn't going down. You know what I mean? The heat bill isn't going to just disappear like, you know, like the rest of the jobs, like some of my favorite restaurants around town just disappeared. Well, Consumers Energy or DTE is not going to just disappear. My water bill is not going to disappear. So we have to think of radical ways to make money. Now, radical not meaning, you know, like robbing people, but break through new ideas, which is the Aquarian way. Okay, break through new ideas. And as much as we need to get back in touch with humanity, back in touch with ourselves, back in touch with people, we have to be able to use technology right now. Aquarius and Uranus are about technology. We have to be able to use technology. You know, like, do you remember when when email first came out and grandma or grandpa didn't want to like do it? You know, we're writing letters and, we're opening up maps and now we have GPS. And there's a balance to this about moving forward with this new technology that will aid us. And then there's also a balance of maintaining our connection with home body and home nature, that we're not being too much into technology that we're losing sight of humanity. Okay, so this is a balance of the zodiac that we're going to have to deal with. So today is about, that connection with Neptune, and we're going to be feeling this all day, that full moon energy, okay? And then the Neptune connection is going to happen at 8 p.m. here my time in Detroit. All right? And it's important to not allow this connection here with Saturn and Mercury, the laws, and being overwhelmed by the authorities. And we don't know what's going to happen. And emotionally, I don't know how to act because I don't know what's going on. And I don't know when we're going to get out of this black hole because I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my God. And breathe. Okay. We've got the sun here. Look at this. The sun here making a septile to the south node. Let's let go of what thoughts, concepts, ideas, philosophies, religious ideologies no longer serve us. Okay? Still making this connection here to Chiron, the wounded healer, healing ourselves in Aries, the right side, the right brain, going back to that video I just put out. If you watch that one, this one will make a lot more sense. And then the sun here, look at that, septile to Chiron as well. So we're balancing, okay? We are healing these parts of ourselves to come into these still waters, okay? And just breathe. And of course, the moon and Neptune septile down here to Uranus. Okay, so they're making that beautiful fate and destined connection. The sun, south node, Chiron back to the sun, fate and destined connection. We are on path. We are on track. Okay, we have to do this work, whatever this work is. And we've got Mercury sextile here down to Venus. All right, what a beautiful connection. Okay, thinking that yes, I do have to come back to home and I do have to value myself and my emotions. And if I allow myself, my emotions, and my mind to be so concerned about the authority and what's happening outside of self, it will ruin my relationship with myself. Mars in Aries isn't having that. It's not. And it's connected here with the goddess of discord and Lilith, the wild woman of the astrology. And it's like, no. I'm not going to allow every single other person who has some sort of power or authority to rule over me and how I am going to be on a daily basis, right? No matter what's happening out there, it's what's going on in here. And what's going on in here gets to project. We get to project our own light out into this darkness, into this void, okay? Whew! It is an awesome time to be alive, and it's difficult, I know, to see that. But we are literally at the leading edge, okay? We're stepping out, and we are the ones bringing forward this new great change. It's a beautiful day. I hope everyone's enjoying this Pisces full moon and all of this great energy that's coming up. Radical new ways of thinking and how we can create money for ourselves, coming back to ourselves, our breath, and nature. I love you, my friends. I wish you enough. Have a beautiful day, and we will see you tomorrow. And I've been very, very busy. Apologize. I'm going to do my best to get the monthly horoscopes out in the next 2 days. Okay, so stay tuned for those. Thank you again. We'll see you soon.